An experience of how a perception and belief of mine developed and formed greatly impacted how I now listen to and observe others. This happened 44 years ago when I was 11 after going to the bathroom. I flushed, and similar to some curious cats, I am drawn to the water swirling down the ceramic bowl. This time, though, the water seemed to be slowly twirling up and up and up. Just before reaching the top, I decided it was time for some plunger action. Strangely, I felt empowered to add this task as a new household responsibility. And I also did not want my mom and dad to find out I had clogged the toilet. So I then opened the door to my younger sister brushing her teeth and yelled for her to quickly toss me the plunger stashed in the cabinet under the sink. She launched it, I caught it, and then I confidently positioned the plunger on the floor on the left-hand side of the toilet. Yep, on the floor to the left of the toilet. Just like I had observed every time there was a handwritten note taped to the controversial orange vinyl toilet seat in our house. The note read, "Do not use, the toilet is clogged." My keen detective skills get even better. I also shrewdly had observed that the left was the side closest to a water shutoff knob. And the water shutoff knob I engineered was a catalyst to a water pipe that ran behind the wall underneath the floor connecting to the toilet. So I leaned in all of my 45 pounds of weight to try to get the plunger to suction to the floor above this imagined water pipe. Interestingly though, the plunger was not suctioning to the brown pattern linoleum very well, but I kept at it because I had learned from several acclaimed cartoon shows that in smacking a plunger onto a body part, it is very, very, very difficult to get it off, and often the part gets contorted in the process. So from this, I came to believe that a plunger has an incredibly strong force to whatever it comes upon, evidenced by Donald Duck's bottom, Elmer Fudd's face, and even Bart Simpson's head. So I then inferred this all-powerful suction, with a little time, could also move water from a distance. Very determined not to have the yucky water overflow to save face, I continued to try to get the plunger to suction to the floor. I glanced over at my younger sister, there she is, who had been watching me this whole time for her admiration of my hard work and ingenuity. She, though, looked totally bewildered and then called for my dad to come to the scene. When my dad arrived, I stepped back, a little nervous to see what he thought of my handy plunger work. He calmly reached for the plunger, and then, to my amazement, but as you all know, he stuck the red cup end in the toilet. And then, with some force, he moved the stick up and down, careful to not lose his balance or get splashed. There was this suctiony slurpy sound, and then poof! Magically, all the water disappeared. Whoa! So, whenever I encounter anyone with a different perspective, a different belief, or a different way of doing something, no matter what it is, I plunge into non-judgment. That is what my dad and sister also did for me.
Does anybody have a question for Cindy to clarify anything, any parts of her story? Anyone have any questions left unanswered? Or you get it? You get what she's going for here. All right. Well, thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Good.